right now, me and Cassie, we used to be quality time. Now, if we try to do quality time together, it has to be more than just like, oh yeah, let's do something that we both enjoy at the same time together. It has to be like, no, let's go out of our way to put a little more effort into this. Like we started doing a puzzle.
Yeah.
That's quality time. It doesn't sound like much, but compared to watching TV or playing games on our phones together, even though we're playing together, it's not as good as quality time as building a puzzle. By the way, I got those stained glass puzzles. You guys heard about them?
No.
Yeah, that's what I spent $100 on stained glass puzzles. It was Demon Slayer one. It's when the light shines through it, so they're like plastic, but like it takes the form of like stained glass. It's pretty cool. I like them. But God, are they a pain in the ass to put together?
Yeah, I don't think anybody is one specific type. I think everyone has to be receptive to all of them. Just people have
a preference. Can you go through like the things again?
The 5 love languages are words of affirmation, physical touch, gift giving, quality time.
What constitutes as quality time though?
Quality time, and the last one is acts of service. So quality time is like when you and your partner, like when you're putting effort into having fun together.
Yeah, I made this argument with a friend of mine. And I was saying, like, okay, if your receiving is physical touch, and I nonstop would constantly be, accessing that form of love that you prefer, at one point your tolerance is going to hit a threshold that you're over. So those physical touches that you thought were very meaningful are going to lose its flavor. It's going to have less meaning to it as I overuse this act of love.
Yeah.
Now, if I keep you on your toes and I switch it up, you're going to be appreciative to all of them, but your biggest preference is probably going to be physical touch.
Yeah.
Same with gift giving. If I gave you too many gifts, you're just going to get so annoyed with that.
Yeah, it won't be as special.
Acts of service. Now you're just looking like a simp. You know what I mean? Like,
is acts of service just like making people breakfast and stuff?
Well, it's just like doing things. So like gift giving is going out and buying something.
It's material, yeah.
Right. Acts of service are you're not necessarily spending money, but you're doing things that are like that you.
Yeah, like making someone breakfast in bed or something.
Yeah, like
breakfast in bed, or I'll walk your dogs for you.
Right,
or
taking things off their plate, or like doing things that they would enjoy.
I went to go pick up your laundry for you at the laundromat.
Right,
some bullshit like that.
Catherine wants me to paint a wall.
I think people should stay.
I think that's called being a simp.
No, honestly, we need to paint the living room.
I think people should stay more like no expectation.
Yeah.
So the moment you tell people, I prefer this, they're gonna hit that button.
I feel like this shit is pretty new, right? Or I'm just like ignorant to it being new.
What's that?
Like this whole like.
I think it's dumb. I think it's.
But
it's been in the works for a long
interesting.
time.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, shit.
Came out in like 2017.
I think it's interesting. I think it's done at the same time because I think it starts to get people to this idea that, like I said, you're gonna make me just keep pressing that button until
like button mashing, yeah.
I mean, I feel
physical touch.
Actually, that happened to me just the other day because like my giving primarily is physical touch. Like I love to like just pinch cheeks or like rub my fingers. It's weird. I will do this with Cassie a lot, or grab her and
or massage them or whatever. Yeah.
Not much. I used to massage. Massaging is a very weird thing because when I massage, that's an act of service and physical touch, which means I need to receive a little
Well, the funny thing is like you can kind of justify them. Well, I know that they have their set like, oh, you're giving a gift is very material, but like, what if I'm giving a gift to as an act of service,
right,
which is part of the physical touch of things. You know what I mean? It's like
Starbucks ain't cheap. I don't show up every day with Starbucks and go, this is not a gift.
You see, I feel like even like with what Steve's saying, just certain days you want certain different things. There's no way you just want to get gifts all the time.
The 5 languages ultimately was just one big ass metaphor for pay attention to your partner and put effort in. That's all it was. You know what I mean? Acts of service.
Again, they skew it to this point where people take it like
too literal or
no harm to EG or anything like that, but like the way she made it seem was just like, this is definitely how I am, and it's like, No, I get that, but at the same time, like what you're doing by picking one lane is you're negating all the other lanes that would also be just as meaningful if someone did it for you.
I'm sure, like, you wake up some days and you're like, I want to socialize with hella people, and there's some days you're like, nah, fuck talking to people. So I feel like it's the same way. Like, some days you're just like, oh, physical touch or like whatever.
Someone goes like, I want more. Like, quality time is what I'd like to receive the most of. Then I don't really want to. I feel like it gets into a lot of people's minds where they're like, I guess gift giving is off the table now.
Right.
You know?
That's the big
It's like, no. I don't think people should think that way. I think people should think in the way of like, I still could give gifts, but I know that the jackpot home run button that I want to really hit is quality time. So let's, make the best out of that and make gift giving like low on the radar.
I mean, like the way when me and Cassie first looked up, they're called the 5 love languages. We had what we believe would be the most normal response to it, which was, it goes, oh, this is interesting. We'll play around with this, but it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, it's not like end all be all.
Right.
It's like horoscopes then too.
Right. Exactly.
Right. You look at a horoscope and you go, oh, I guess I am a flirt, or maybe I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I think I'm a
Taurus today needs to go ahead and sit his ass at home. Sounds good to me. Taurus today needs to go out and be productive and really be a big member of community. Fuck that. Horoscopes don't mean shit. You know what I mean? Same thing.
It's kind of funny though, because I remember when I was dating Maddie.
Mm-hmm.
She was a horoscope?
Her and Nina were very into fucking horoscopes.
I thought it was just Nina, bro.
They were on personalities of it.
But there's like baseline horoscope and there's like other shit too. It's just too much.
Well, the takeaway that I got from because her and I were the same. Yeah. We were both Libras. And they were like, oh,
she's also September?
Big flirts.
It's like a...
Yeah, it's like 20 days. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 28th to the 28th or something.
Yeah.
No, the 22nd of each month. Anyways, they were like, oh, no, she was like, oh, that just, Libras are known to be flirts. And I was like, are they? And then this was at a time where I was less confident in myself. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I've never been a flirt in my life. I think there's some truth to it now. Yeah.
But
like, I've also, so like
I'm a huge motherfucking cheese. I don't mean to be.
You don't mean to be. But you are.
But like, aren't you and Reese the same?
Yeah, me and Reese.
But you all are like not the same people.
Well, we're not the same people specifically. Like, okay, generalistically speaking, me and Reese do have a lot of the same mentalities over a lot of the same ideas. Like, so like we're both dudes that are just like, we're not going to freak out about this unless it's something we need to freak out about. And when we do freak out about it, we freak out in different ways.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we will try to stay, within our relatively calm state. But ultimately, like if you really, really broad and generalized idea of horoscopes, sure, I'll give you that, right? My mom's a Capricorn. Or Capricorn?
I don't know.
What's the other? I think she's a Capricorn.
Yeah, I think she doesn't meet the cutoff for Sagittarius.
I know he's a Leo.
Wait, when's your mom's birthday?
December 20th.
Oh, she's Sagittarius. Like
Sagittarius. No, December
20th. It might be the
she's like
border. Yeah.
She's a Sagittarius. Which if you look at that, just really generalistically, she gets along with Chris really well, right? And she's all organized like Chris used to be, right? She's like on top of all these things, and she understands where she's put effort in order to make things work together.
We've gone deeper on it. Now there's like a sun and moon, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's like the baseline, and then that's where it gets more like.
Or it's like, this is your hidden personality. This is your personality. These people.
That's how you differentiate if you both have the same baseline, I guess.
It just goes too far now.
Yeah. I mean, I did that I read my whole. There's a website, obviously, right? I read my whole thing, and when you're reading it, when you're hearing him say it, it was like, you know what, you're like this.
I wonder if it's like, but I don't know if it's like placebo though, where you're looking for it to be like who you are, instead of actually just being like objectively looking at it.
Well, the descriptors are so generic that it could kind of fit any one person. Like it,
because you already have like in your subconscious, you already kind of know who you're like, and then I don't know if you're reading these words and you're just trying to look for the ones that match who you think you are.
Well, I mean, my thing is this: if you live a genuine life, like if you're not sitting at home just meditating on your own internal thoughts 24/7, when you read those things about your astrology, yeah, you read your astrological chart or whatever, you're gonna go, oh my god, yes, because throughout your whole life you've felt a spectrum of things and you've been a spectrum of ways, and so you're gonna look at this and be like, actually, you know what? Last month when I did this one thing, that's exactly what it says right here.
You know, I don't get why like girls are more into it than guys. Is there like, are they just
I
looking
think
for
They want
answers?
something to put you into a parameter of though, because like we have our birthdays, which define our zodiac, our Chinese zodiac, right? We're oxes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have so many different parameters. Now it's a love language thing.
Yeah.
Like, and then it was like, what is it? The Briggs Myers personality.
Oh, is that the NFTJ whatever thing? I don't.
Yeah, you're either introverted or extroverted. You're either intuitive or sensitive. You're.
I mean, like, here's the thing. When I read my chart, right, it was like, oh, you're born in the year of the ox, and you're a Taurus. So you're gonna be someone who's very set in their ways. It was like, this is how I do things. This is what I'm like. I don't like to change all that much. I will if it's necessary, but for the most part, I'm going to be resistant to it. And that does hold some ground, right? I don't like to be a different way. If the way I am right now is
like,
fine. You know? Like
not having much change is comfortable for you.
Right. You know, like I'm not going to be out here like, you know what I need? I need to radically change everything up. Get everything out. Let me go hit the gym every day, nonstop. Start doing whey protein. Right now, I'm going to be like, all right, I'm going to give it a shot. But I know what I want to do, and I know what I like to do, and that's what I've been doing. You know what I mean? Like, I wake up, I go, Cassie, what do you want to do today? Well, we'll have that conversation. We've had that conversation every day for the past 8 years. What do you want to do today? Oh, you're finally home. What do you want to do? We have the same conversation every single day for dinner. What do you want to eat? Oh, babe, what do you want to eat? Well, I picked last time. Oh, no, well, I picked this. And then it goes back and forth. We have that conversation every day. It hasn't gotten old yet. I love it. It's a fun thing to do once a day. But, like, if I took that and went, oh, you know what? Off of this one fact about my life, astrology's right. I'm a Taurus. That's why I have that conversation every day. If I were a Sagittarius, I'd still probably have that same conversation. Just it would go a little bit differently because I'd be born in a different life. What I mean,
no doubt.
Yeah, that's what it's. If I was born on what December 15th,
yeah,
right? Now all of a sudden there's a whole different version of me that was like born 5 months earlier. So now I am the oldest in the family, right?
Right.
And now
changes a bunch of
things, right? And then boom. But since I'm born in May and I'm still the only male, and you know, I lived the life I lived. That's how I am, and they generalize it to the point where it's like, you've lived 25 years of life. How many moments can you remember that relate to what I'm talking about right now? And that's where astrology gets its credibility. But it's still like, you know.
But I also feel like what I've noticed recently in like the last few months is people interpret your presence differently too.
Yeah.
Like some people, because in class I don't talk that much anymore. So some people are like, oh, you're quiet. But if someone asks you guys, like,
who you are,
if Vanille was quiet, you'd be like, nah, there's no way, right? Yeah. So everyone's got like a different. You don't present yourself the same to every single person, like.
No, why would you?
Yeah.
Like, at that, like, if we genuinely, like, I know there are a lot of people out there that follow astrology to a point, but that's mainly just them going, I need something out there to tell me how I should be living my life, just a little bit, to give me some sort of structure, and if that's the structure you latch onto,
it's an identity thing.
Right, exactly. If that's how you want to, if you want to identify as, you know, Worcestershire plant, I don't know all this stuff.
I mean, everything gives you identity, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Having no social media or having social media gives you that identity of, oh, do you have an Insta? Do you have a Snapchat?
Yeah.
Your identity is on those things, right? Having no social media is also a form of identity.
Right.
Or like whatever hobbies you do, or
exactly. It all adds to the overall character of who you are. Like games you play, like all that.
Like what's it called? Like Magic for me, right? When I play Magic now, depending on the colors another Magic player runs, I have like a whole like thing. I was like, oh, you're that guy.
Right.
But
Exactly.
like they're just fucking cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even the way you play too helps to define like who you are.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what's your play style? Oh, Vanguard. Vanguard was a very easy one of that.
Yeah.
Right?
The Kagero, Narakumi.
They all had their gimmicks and it was based on their empires, right? So like the Dragon Empire was more of like we'll burn you and destroy what's on your field. That's a control. You had like the
Chrono
United Sanctuary where it was like, okay, just start calling cards to the field.
What was mine? It was the one that drew all the time.
Great natures.
Great natures. And that's exactly how I play Magic.
Just threw power on everything, but they all died at the end of the turn.
Right.
Like Dark Irregulars, just throw everything into your soul and then just go for kills.
It's dead.
You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like that.
Right. Like when I played, like, and if you took that and you wanted to throw it on astrology, right? Like I'm a Taurus, which is what they would call an Earth sign. So the fact that I play green in Magic and green and red in Magic, and I play Narukumis and Great Natures in Vanguard would say, "Oh yes, look at this. This is a very much. He's a Taurus, and his sun."
But you don't like doing like hikes in nature and shit, though.
I don't, but I don't like nature. I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. What that says is I'm very much an all up front kind of guy where I'm like, listen, when I like Magic, when I played red and green, and what that means is I'm gonna draw my hand, and I'm going to hit you as hard and as fast as I can, as many times as I can, and if you win, you win. If I lose, I lose. Big one. I don't have a big, but if you play blue and black, you're like, oh, counter spells, discard cards.
Yeah,
let me resurrect things let me do all these like really sneaky things to try to set up my board while you are out here going, okay, let's see. I have 23 mana by turn whatever. Let me play all my big ass creatures and swing in for as hard as I can. Just one big fist swing in one time.
That's Dark Dragons for Vanguard.
Right.
It's just a countdown of like, all right, you see this whole stacking. You better fucking end me now, or else you're dead. I have too much soul going on.
It's why I played Great Natures, because it was like, okay, boom, 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 and swing. All right, everything's dead now.
See, that was the funny thing. Yeah, you're that game style was perfect because they were like, if you want to try burning things, you can't. I already killed it before you can burn it.
Right. If you wanted to start killing my things, you can't.
That's what I didn't like is the game started getting built into this thing where everybody would just have like 12 cards in hand.
Right.
And it was one of those things where you're like, how do I get past these 12 cards? I can't deplete him. Or I could try, but he's still going to get his turn through.
Right.
So I always went for the decks that were like, all right, you can only guard with zeros. You can only guard with one.
You
would need a perfect guard.
And that's why you're a blue-white player. Like in Magic, he would be a blue-white player, which is like I know what the rules are and I know what the norm is, but why don't you go fuck yourself? Like blue-white has this one card, and I can't remember his name, but he's someone, the Waffles the Profiteer, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what he does? He tap 2 mana, 1 white, 1 blue. You tap him, and you put a little bribery counter on another creature, and that says they can't attack or block for the rest of the game until they die, or you remove that counter. That's you. That's a blue-white. That's a blue-white fucking move. But see, I'm not gonna take that and be like, oh, Steve's a blue-white player, so I know he's crafty, but I also know he's reliant. I mean, see, he's reliable, right? Nobody plays white and goes, oh yeah, I'm not. I don't have anything to do. No, white players show up and they're like, oh, you think you're gonna kill me? I would love to see you try. Yeah. But before you do, let me just let you know, I have fucking pacifism, which is a 2-drop enchantment that stops creatures from swinging or blocking. It has the most life gain out of any color in Magic. You start with 20 life. I've played games against white players where their life total is like 230.
Bruh.
And they haven't swung at me, so I'm still at 20, but they're at 230. You think I'm gonna whittle that down all the way? No.
Where's
right?
the Jace to mill them out?
Right. Where's my mill? But that's another thing about blue. They'll be like, oh, so what's your game plan? You're gonna do this? Okay, well, I'm just gonna say, put cards from your library into your graveyard. You don't get to play them. You don't get to draw them and use them. They're just gonna go straight into the graveyard.
They're just nulled.
Right. That's I could say that's crafty and reliable, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna put that on Steve and be like, this is how Steve is. Steve's a wide variety of things. You're a spectrum of things, right? You are reliable, you are crafty, but you're also, dependable and just all around strong, and really you have put a lot of effort in, which is not something green players do.
Have you seen has any of your horoscope stuff matched up with like the anime or stuff you watch? And
no, actually.
Like if you have like a style of shows or something that resonates with your personality.
Yes and no. Yeah. So let me finish on this topic, just in the card game thing.
Yeah.
Like with the regulars, I would play knowing either I'm going to lose to myself.
You're gonna deck out.
Or you're going down in a fucking fiery end.
Yeah.
That's how it went.
Yeah. Where like someone's got to pull the last perfect card to like survive.
Yeah, like you better just keep guarding up, because I'm either gonna mill out and deck myself out, or you're dead.
Yeah.
That's it. I either win or I win or I lose by my own hand.
Yeah.
Right.
In terms of what you said, no, I don't see that kind of cross reference, but I do notice a trend of what animes and mangas I pay attention to. And it's centered around more of like either the main character is something I want to be, or something I'm like, oh wow, I want to see how his path goes. I want to see what is making this main character make me draw. Like I'm stuck on this anime because there's something about the plot or the main character or the whole story itself, like maybe in Naruto. I'm like,
where he's like driven and stuff.
Yeah, but then I start doing this thing where I start comparing worlds, and I go, and we've done this before.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, what character am I in that? What character would Kendall be? What character would Vanille be? What character would? And I start thinking, yeah, all right, I see it. And then I start to see a lot of parallels throughout worlds.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is what Shikamaru's doing. I wonder if that's a Vanille thing. And then Vanille may or may not do that. And I go, okay, wait, maybe that's not Vanille's character.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, for me, right, that's another thing too. I like a lot of the same animes Steve likes, right? I watch a lot of those animes too. But ultimately, the ones I'm looking for are the real good quality slice of life anime. One where I can turn it on and I don't have to sit here waiting for heartache to inevitably enter into my life. Like
fucking Tokyo Ghoul or like Attack on Titan.
I can't watch Tokyo Ghoul or Attack on Titan. I can't do either of those animes because like when I sit down and
they
watch
just rip your heart.
Well, yeah. When I want to sit down and watch anime, does anyone here remember Lucky Star?
I've heard of it.
You remember? Do you heard of it? You do not. The whole anime, the whole plot of that anime was they were either 5 or 6 girls going to middle school, just living their life in middle school. They all joined a club. That club was called Lucky Star. What did they do? They showed up. They talked a bunch of shit. I remember I spent 15 minutes one day watching them discuss what's the best way to eat a chocolate croissant. Do you tear off the part that doesn't have chocolate in it and then stick it in the part that does? Or do you eat it from the top and have the chocolate fall down? Or do you start from the bottom and then, have no chocolate left for that last bite?
See,
what do you do?
This dead as a conversation that you would actually have in real life.
I was just going to say, just based on how much detail you described that, tells me how much Kendall wants to make that his day.
I do.
That's why he's watching the show.
If Kendall could choose any world, that's kind of a world he would want to be in. One where it's like
no stress.
Instead of worrying about, and that's where we differ. Instead of worrying about trying to take on a demon lord, he's like, I'd rather know the best and most fruitful way of eating this chocolate croissant.
No, but
there's nothing wrong with that. But you describing us that show and that scene has just put that much paint on you.
Right.
That makes sense.
No, but that's what. But that was one of the first animes I ever watched. It was before I knew of Crunchyroll or Funimation or anything. I watched that anime by going to YouTube and spending hours finding. You know how it'd be like part 1, part 2, part 3. I'd be like, all right, part 1 of this episode, part 2 that, and then I discovered Crunchyroll and I was like, oh. I rewatched the whole thing, but that was my first anime ever. And that tells you a lot about what I was looking for in anime. right?
Right.
I'm not looking for all these new animes that are like Classroom of the Elite. It's a good anime. I didn't like it. And you want to know why? There's no episode where everybody's like,
It's like chill.
yeah, we're like, hey, for like 10 minutes, can we just all be friends? Like, can we just, for 10 minutes, can we all just
So
get
you
along?
can't do
No.
animes that don't have happy endings?
I can do animes that don't have happy endings, just don't expect me to be happy about it.
So he's gonna watch it just be miserable.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch like fucking
Like Grave of the Fireflies, like the fucking movie.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Listen, I watched Grave of the Fireflies. I watched Grave of the Fireflies with Chris. Chris told me, Chris was nice. Chris fucking lined it up for me exactly how I need to know it. It's one of the most heart-wrenching movies you'll ever watch in your life.
It's not like that bad. It's just you just get frustrated with the main character and his decisions. At least that's what I did.
That's
I didn't
lie.
get sad.
No.
I was just
Because you're
mad.
emotionally dead.
Sorry.
No, you don't.
I watched
you
this
don't
in a
look-
classroom and everyone in class was crying. I'm just like, this main character is
Listen,
fucking stupid.
You walk by those mothers in front of CVS with their kids in the sign, and you don't feel, oh. there's
No, I still
something
give him $1 though.
You give them $1, but you go, just don't.
Did they get the dollar or not?
They get the dollar, motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. But then Cassie goes, Chris told me this is the saddest anime of all time. I want to watch it. I want to see if I get sad. And I was like, motherfucker, no. People who approach it like that don't get sad.
Have you seen this?
Have you seen
No.
Grave of the Fireflies?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
People who approach Grave of the Fireflies thinking, oh, this is going to make me feel something, don't feel anything. Because you're going to look at it and you're going to be like, oh.
I didn't go
what
into
a
that. I just had to
dumbass
watch it.
10-year-old trying to survive in a post-apocalyptic Japan. No.
Well, he's just not being
Yeah, he
honest.
made a bunch of mistakes. He's fucking 10 years old. He's fucking 10 years old living in a literal fucking cave somewhere by a river with his fucking sister eating marbles. Okay? That's not sad to you. Get the
He didn't
fuck
have
out.
to be in that situation though.
How was he going to
He
avoid
could have
it?
just stayed with his aunt.
He could have just stayed with his aunt that turned him away?
No, she left. She was treating him like shit, but like he could have just stayed there.
Oh, you're right. Yes, because a 10-year-old capable of rational thought would have gone, I can survive this for the next 8 years.
Hey, Senku did it.
Senku did
Would have been better than his sister dying, bro, from malnutrition.
Senku? What? Remind me what anime that's from, because I think I know what anime is that from. And I'm gonna.
Why is the name escaping?
Stone!
Yeah.
Dr. Stone Senku!
I'm very impressed with you. I'm very impressed with you able to get there on the science.
No. Before we even fucking get to whatever, how impressed you are, Dr. Stone versus that fucking kid. Alright.
Okay.
hasn't seen Grave of Fireflies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Senku did it. Senku did it is basically going Albert Einstein did it. And if Albert Einstein can do it, this 10-year-old who knows nothing other than being hand-fed from his parents who are dead is supposed to go out into a world and figure it out. No, don't get me wrong. If I had to do it, yeah, it'd be...
If you're gonna go through that movie, you're just definitely like, even as a 10-year-old, there's some decisions he made that were fucked.
Okay, as a 10-year-old, I think he did what a normal 10-year-old would do. He went, I gotta find family, figure it out, find family, figure it out. And then he got to that family, and then what did he hear? All he heard was how much of a burden he is on the family. And then he went, alright, I shouldn't be a burden anymore. I should be an adult. That's what a kid does. A kid goes, I can be an adult. And when nobody's
watching you, and it is as easy as walking out the front door with your little sister, then yeah, you're gonna make a bad mistake. Where were those adults going? Well, hey, I get we don't like you, but don't fucking leave. Sit here, eat your food, grow up, and then you can pay us back when you're older.
But you could have just had the conversation, right? No.
No, I forgot it. God.
That's what I'm saying, right? Grave of Fireflies is a sad anime.
It is a sad anime.
But when you're a cynic,
I'm not.
when you're a cynic and you go, he made dumb decisions. He's a child. Who
I'm just
had
saying-
a nuclear bomb dropped on his ass.
I just left the movie very angry, not sad.
You.
I was just like, this fucking plot, bro. I want to punch
That's
this.
why I'm saying. That's why I don't watch animes like you guys.
Okay, I also don't watch those animes. I watch psychological thrillers, which you also wouldn't watch.
Which I do. I watched Psychopaths, and I thought that was good.
Psychopaths was good,
Psychopaths.
I didn't see season
Psychopaths
2.
Isn't just an anime filled with
but it has some like
suffering.
like trauma parts that are
Well,
very.
like when the redhead kid died, I was
Well, like
mad.
the first couple episodes are pretty like rough too.
Nah, not really. Listen. Yeah.
What part in like your childhood did you start to become mature? Right, because I feel like
It depends
I'm
on what
mature.
like maturity.
You know when I figured it out. You guys know.
Mine was probably like a little younger, just because I like have family issues.
So
I
was gonna say,
definitely
I felt like I
didn't.
figured it out early.
Yeah,
I
same.
definitely figured it out late. Very late. 18.
At least like not in the classroom, but like in terms of if we're out and about doing stuff, very young. But in the classroom, no.
In life in general, like if I
But in life in general, outside of the classroom, very young.
in life in general, outside of the classroom, 18, easy. And inside the classroom, 23.
Yes.
just literally last year when I was like, oh shit, I have to figure it out. That's when, like, because maturity to me, it didn't need to be there for me. I'm not like you. Like, realistically, you had a life where the adults in your life went, you need to fucking figure it out because I can't help you right now, right? I got my own shit. Adults did that to both of you growing up. Every single adult in my life went, Kendall, what's wrong? Okay, here's some money. Here's some money, and don't worry about it. Look at my mom, problem solver. That's what she does, right? So whenever I have an issue, I still, to this day, I go, Mom, this is happening. What do I do? She goes, calm down. Like, I was worried about not graduating. She's like, calm down. Realistically, Kendall, if you don't graduate this semester, you get a summer internship, you graduate in the fall, you start working in the spring. Not a big deal. Just adds a semester on. You're freaking out about this for no reason. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, if I don't graduate, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to go to school more, and I'm gonna have to, right? Like,
This fucking guy, bro.
I never had an adult in my life go, Kendall, figure it the fuck out. Never in my life, not once. As an adult today, people still figure shit out for me. I'm good. I'm lucky like that. I was given. God came down. God, when I was born, God.
This man got fucking the golden spoon from birth.
I didn't get like a golden spoon, but like I
You got
definitely
the golden handicap pass.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Like God came down. I think about this all the time. I think God and the universe genuinely like look at me some days and go, "You're really trying your best, and you're just not figuring it out. So don't worry about it." Just, like I was freaking out about finals.
Kendall has like hella IOU passes to God.
No.
He is like Kendall would be like have you seen Dumb and Dumber?
No.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
There's a bunch of IOUs in the briefcase. Like,
Bruh.
Because they made the movie.
that was for a car. You should keep that one.
The whole movie, the whole plot of the movie was two really dumb people got really rich out of nowhere. and they still didn't fall on their ass, but like they fell on their ass a little bit.
He is a cab driver or a limousine driver. Yeah. Takes this girl to the airport. She leaves a briefcase. He sees the briefcase, grabs it, and tries to find her. Misses her on the plane. Realizes there's a shit ton of money, and tries to track her all the way down into like Colorado, which is across the country for them, to drop off this briefcase. But are spending the money that the briefcase has in it to get there. By the time they get there, the briefcase is just full of all these IOUs.
That's definitely him.
No. I mean, like, you're right. Like, look at my finals this semester, right? I was like, I don't know how I'm going to pass. I don't know what I'm going to do. And the universe came down and was like, Kendall, why don't you just stop freaking the fuck out for 10 minutes, all right? Here you go. Do you need the answers to your final? There you go. All right. Do you need to know what to study so you can pass? Here you go. All right. Do you need the time and effort to make sure you pass all your classes? There you go. All my classes.
Kendall just keeps testing the system, and the system's just like, we didn't test for this part yet.
Yeah.
Give him a pass because we didn't have any parameters around this.
Right. I'm gonna have to go talk to a counselor in a couple weeks and go, yo, listen, I know that I'm missing 0.6 credits on this thing. So, like, is that going to be like a thing I have to take a class to fulfill, or you just go let that pass? They're probably going to let that pass.
Now he's just altering the
We
matrix,
did not
bro.
prepare for this situation to occur. I have to pass him.
Okay, they're not going to be like, we don't have anything that's worth half a credit. And I was like, well, do you have anything worth 1 credit that I can take just not have to worry about? No, all right, then you're gonna have to just give me.
Yeah.
Because
You have to put the numbers somewhere. Yeah, it's like
you're just gonna have. I could go.
You gotta just round up, make the system round up.
Look at like most prime example right here. Prime example. I wasn't supposed to get in to analysis of algorithms, right? Because I took a pass no pass for the prerequisite, right? You need a C to take that class, right? The teacher went, all right, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna send you an email, and we're gonna talk to the dean. We're gonna figure out. You gotta make sure you get this class transferred over to a letter grade, okay? And I went, okay. Send the email to the teacher. Teacher was like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. This is what I went, okay, cool. But then the semester started, and I went, like about 4 days went by, and I went, oh shit, I haven't checked my email. In those 4 days, that teacher went, I've been emailing you back and forth. I don't know where you're fucking at. I talked to the dean. Here's the fucking paper. Sign it. Send it back to me. We changed the grade. I was like, thank you. The dean signed it. Everybody was a part of that except this guy. And they were like, there you go. Take your grade. I was like, hey, you're so nice. Thank you so much. And then the teacher was like, all right, I guess we'll let you in. They were supposed to drop me for somebody on the wait list who had the prerequisite. No. Universe looking out for this guy. And, I do my part in some ways. I don't know why. I don't know
This
how.
man lives.
I don't know why. I don't know how.
This man lives a Truman Show. I swear to God.
I swear. Here's my thing. I don't do a lot consciously.
The universe does a lot for you.
But no, subconscious me and the universe just kind of go listen, we need a guy to show up into this one person's life, drop some off the ball wisdom nobody thought they were going to need to hear in a life.
Yeah.
And then he's going to say it, and he's going to drift away like a random wanderer in the streets, and people are going to think about that for a lot. You know how many people will come up to me and be like, Kendall, bro, you know what? You actually opened my eyes to this whole line of thinking. And I'm like, oh, really? You listen to a dumbass and it works out. Congratulations.
Yeah, I have another question.
Yeah.
Would Kendall be a Truman Show worthy person?
Yeah. If I did not have to worry about money.
I don't doubt that.
I think it's just because he's
There would
charismatic.
be a lot of commercials in the times where he spends at home.
That's true. But he's very charismatic, so it'd be interesting to just watch.
That too.
I
believe that too. But they'd have to force you out of the house a lot.
No, they would have to do two things. They would have to take my weed away, and they would have to take my vaping away. And at that point, then it's like, oh shit. Okay, well. And also, by the way, if I walk down the street just every day and people are all like, hey, Kendall, how you doing? You know how we had guest stars and everything like that? Yeah. If I had guest stars, right? People are like, hey, Kendall, how you doing? I'd be like, hey, random stranger, how you doing? When we sparked a conversation, it would be funny as fuck to watch me interact with these random people who I have no idea who they are. Yet the rest of the world thinks they're imagine if Obama showed up at Phil's Coffee around the corner.
And you just ran.
And nobody was in there, and I just walked up and I was like, hey, how you doing? He was like, doing good, how are you?
But you think if you were on the Truman Show, you'd figure it out?
No.
At least you know.
I don't know that either.
No, I would not even try to figure it out.
I think
Kendall's life is perfect the way it is.
I think Kendall at a certain point may realize that Matrix aspect.
But then he's just I want to stay the same.
No, fuck that. Blue pill all day long. I'm happy here.
Are you a blue? Yeah, you are a blue pill person, huh?
Listen, I am.
I think
in Neo's case, I'm definitely the red pill takes you out, right?
No, the red pill shows you the way out.
In Neo's case, I'm a red pill, and here's why. In Neo's case, I'm not.
In Kendall's case,
no.
So
in the Truman Show, he has a nice house. He has all the money he can use, free food. All he has to do is live in a dome and have everybody love him.
Around him.
Everything revolves around that guy. Now,
look, it sounds like this shit already happens to him anyways.
No. I have to put effort into so many other things.
Did you though? You just had a whole email thing go on without you being involved.
Did I not have to study and turn in homework and pass tests to do that?
Kendall doing the bare minimum, life rewarding him exponentially.
Yes, because my bare minimum requires twice as much effort as your bare minimum.
What the fuck?
No. I said this on a podcast. You guys, For years, I've been like, I don't get it. I don't get you guys. You guys feel like you have some sort of figured out knowledge in this whole grand scheme we call life. And when I ask you, what is that knowledge? You guys, it comes out like this is what I say. I go, why are you so able to put in the effort towards working and finding jobs and making money? And you go, to better yourself. I'm amazing. I'm perfect.
This reminds me of like the recent like street interviews that people do where they're asking random people to rate themselves out of 10. Kendall would be the guy. It's just I'm a 10.
Kendall would be the 12 out of 10 guy.
Listen.
He's like, I'm beautiful.
When anybody needs anything on me,
No need for improvement.
when anybody needs anything, there's only one issue, and that is the time frame. You need that thing to be done. If you need it done by tomorrow, bet it's on your doorstep by the time you wake up, right? If you need it in the next 2 hours, I can figure it out. But it's not going to be the best, right?
That's right.
Look at your rushing perfection.
Look at my mom, my
Work
dad,
in progress.
my grandparents, right? Cassie, you guys, everybody, you guys need me to do anything.
Yeah.
I will do it. I will not be on time.
And I'm not happy about it half the time.
I'm glad to help. But I would like to take in like a partial investment of getting to complain about it.
That's a fact.
Right?
That's a decent trade-off.
Right? It's a decent trade-off, right? I'm not asking you to pay me for it, but I am asking you to take care of me.
We all, yeah. I think today was just
Kendall. We have to deal with the fact that he's not going to be
like he's
happy with it.
like the first like 20 minutes he's gonna be bitchy about it.
And then
then
literally, it's like a 10-minute timer in his head. After that 10-minute timer, he goes back to normal. He reboots.
I can't play about this forever, right? And all I ask in return, besides the complaining thing, the second thing I ask in return is you take care of me. That's all I ask. You guys buy me food. You guys give me rides. I get booze every now and then. I don't even pay for booze. Look at that. Ooh. Right?
This fucking
I have a system worked out, and it's been working amazing for my entire life. And yet you two fucks show up, you go, to better yourself. What do I need to be better at? Tell me.
We played this.
I plead the fifth on this one today, bro. I'm not starting the year like this. I'm not starting the year like this.
Because you know I'm right.
I'm doing. I'll let you think that. We'll go with that.
What I mean, for the level I'm living, I'm doing amazing. I'm not out here like you guys, right? You want things. I don't know why, but you do. You want things. You want.
Oh, God.
I don't want things. You know what I got for Christmas this year?
Nothing.
$700.
Fuck.
$700 and a whiteboard.
Bro.
That's all I wanted. I didn't ask for anything else. I asked for money and a whiteboard.
God. And the whiteboard you got was massive.
It's a huge whiteboard. It's an amazing.
Kendall asking for a tiny ass whiteboard gets like a massive.
I was asking for something maybe I could put right here. Quick calculations, move on. They were like, nah, this is what we put inside of like genuine like
classrooms,
office spaces or something. Like it's a good whiteboard, right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. And then Cassie still hasn't given me a Christmas gift. I got her birthday and Christmas gift yesterday, right?
Bro, I still remember that conversation.
Yeah.
We were in the Safeway. I need to get Cassie her birthday gift. I was like, wasn't that shit a month ago?
I mean, it's because again, I explained it to you.
I know.
I know.
Just like,
We know.
It's still, but like,
fuck. I'm surprised you didn't get shit for that.
What?
I'm surprised you didn't get shit for that.
Oh, bro.
Kendall's like, I got shit. I chose not to see that thing.
No. You gotta. Me and Cassie have made it to a point where like, if Cassie had told me what she wanted for her,
She would have got it.
I would have gotten it.
But she was just ambiguous.
Yeah, it would. But she was like, "No, figure it out."
Yeah, then you're like, "Fuck this."
And I went. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buy a really, really cool bookend because everybody and their mother bought her books or Audible gift cards for her birthday. That's what she got, right?
Nice.
And I was like, I could do the same thing, but I want to be different. I'm going to buy her a really cool bookend. And then I went to go buy that bookend, and they were like, that's going to be $150. And I was like, I ain't got that. So let me go find the $60 one at Walmart. And Walmart was like, we also don't got that. I was like, let me order it. And they were like, that'll be here in January. And I was like, all right. Then I guess I gotta figure it out. And then
Kendall just like, I guess I'll just wait till January.
No. I
Put that on order, please.
I was like, I'm sure fucking Barnes and Nobles will have a bookend somewhere. And then it was just a matter of me getting to Barnes and Noble. And then that took 2 weeks.
Kendall slowly walking there.
No, it was just, I would go.
No.
You guys know how my mind works. I could have 10 things to do directly after this, and I will leave here and then go home and be like, fuck, I was supposed to do this. Send it.
Wait, what kind of, switching topics real fast, what kind of shows do you watch? Oh, you said just like stuff that you try to relate with the main character?
Before we finish that, I'm not actually perfect. I know that. Just what a disclaimer.
At least it came out of your mouth.
I'm not.
He's only putting that disclaimer because we told him to.
I'm only putting that disclaimer.
Someone's in his ear, just like telling him, "Yo, take it back, take it back."
Yeah. I'm only putting that disclaimer because I know people who know me listen to this, and they're gonna be like, "This fucking asshole, you're so perfect. Why do you do fucking this?" Anyway, what shows do you listen to? I'll watch.
They're very action, goal-oriented shows. So like I said, lately I've been into like a lot of Korean mangas. So with those, it's mainly like it deals with a lot of time regression. So they failed the first time.
You keep going back till they get
Die,
right.
they come back, do it again, and try to fix it the second. However many times it takes.
In there.
So I'm on those kind of phases right now. One Piece, dude. I have like.
Are you caught up on One Piece?
Yeah, I'm caught up.
God damn.
Everything I'm reading right now, I'm caught up on.
Fuck.
And I'm into, I think, like 40 different mangas.
Have you seen Steins Gate?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's one that's like regression.
Yeah.
That's a weird one though. I got confused watching it.
That shit's just like very There's too many timelines. It just gets fucked up. But it's cool though. It wasn't like
I like the first
few episodes.
few episodes where I was like, oh, I can get behind this. And then
The main character kinda in a way reminds me of you. And then after the first few episodes, then he just took a fucking right turn.
the main character first episode is like, you know what? No.
Just doing random shit to see whatever works.
Yeah, he's like, I don't have a plan, I don't have a system, I'm just gonna.
But then once shit works, he just like somehow becomes way smarter.
Right, now he's like the fucking like new genius of his world, and he's like, whatever you guys need, I can do it, give it to me, I got it. Fuck you, go. Like, I'm not that guy.
But
There's like Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, which is really good.
Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint?
It's weird. So this main character reads this manga novel, and it's like it's like One Piece level, like that many chapters, and he becomes the only guy who's read all the way through. In the final chapter, it turns into like the world becomes the novel, and so he knows everything that happens. Like he's since he read the whole novel, he's gifted with this ability to
predict.
Still have the copy of it,
Yeah.
and knows exactly what's going
gonna
on.
happen.
So he can kind of predict how he wants it to go about.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty much that's the premise. Like,
What I'm
like
hearing
he's
is,
just like it's just OP characters.
Right.
It's just characters like figuring out how to be overpowered, and then using that to take on like overpowered level enemies.
like what I'm hearing is he got that really, really obscure superpower, but he went, and let me break it real quick. What if I read a manga that goes, and now you decide the story?
Yeah.
Right? Like that's, at the end, that's what I, okay.
Essentially, the genre I've been currently into is a very Gurren Lagann kind of genre.
Which is always, it's a good genre.
It's a very
It's a good show.
It's amazing.
You can't fucking stop me. Like,
Right.
I was watching it because it's goal oriented. Kendall watching it because the girl had big tits.
I watched it for
Yoko!
the most simplistic of reasons, which nobody fucking understands.
Romance.
No, I watched it because it's an entire anime that says, "Can we do it? Fuck you, yes we
Yeah,
can."
exactly.
That's the whole anime.
We are going to drill. That's our answer. There's an enemy in front of us. Drill through it.
We're in space.
Drill through it.
space.
There is an anti-spiral.
Drill through
it. Like, literally, like.
He goes, it's the size of the universe. Well, guess what, bitch? so
Our
really.
gorilla is gonna be the size of the universe. Yeah, fuck this.
Have you seen those memes where it's like the cruel indifference of the universe and it's the anti-spiral and it goes, me waiting for my hot pocket to finish microwave? That's, I mean, take that exact meme and put it in my brain. That's my mentality. That's exactly it.
Yeah, I'm very Gurren Lagann attitude right now.
I'm almost Gurren Lagann, except it's just I'm missing the one crucial detail. I'm very much for don't think about things too much. Just go, just keep going, go, and maybe make it to the end. Maybe you don't think about it.
That's what you're coming.
Yeah, definitely common.
No plan, just go die.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, no, I'm definitely common up, but
You're Simone. You're like, wait. Let's fight.
figure this out.
Let's figure this out. Let's work a plan. Let's build a government. Kamina.
Let's go forward.
Like,
Forward. Step forward. No, don't push me back. Forward.
I'm here for you.
I am dying, but we're going forward.
Believe in me that believes in you.
That's solid though.
I'll tell people that sometimes, and they're like, "What?"
That's
Believe in me that believes in you.
If you can't believe in yourself, believe in me and know that I believe in you, and that is why you should do what I say.
Don't stop.
Right.
Make your dreams come true.
Like, what are you doing, Simone? I'm trying to turn it on. Don't try to turn it on.
just turn it on.
Turn it on.
See the episode after where Kamina dies. The episode I probably hate the most because Simone's just a little fucking bitch.
Oh, he's just like depressed and
He's
shit.
like, without
I
Kamina,
get
I
it,
can't
man,
do
but
it.
He's like, I don't have my own personality.
Well, I watched it in the English dub once, and the way he goes, "And bro died." I'm like, why are you calling him bro? Like, whoa, this English sounds terrible right now.
Yeah, no, they didn't do that scene justice. I mean,
Oh.
that whole, like, yeah. There's that, the gap between Kamina dying and Simone finally nutting up.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. Simone going, I am a fucking badass.
I do my part.
I feel like we could all relate to that. There's like a moment where we get too down or like let life.
False.
That revenge arc.
False. Name one time.
Kato's still falling.
No. My entire life, I've only been given one piece of advice from every single person. That is,
Your
Give up.
potential.
no, not the well, sort of. Everybody, I guess everybody.
There's a Cinnabon
thinks-
at the end.
Everybody knows if you let me mope around for too long, I'm gonna just end up wasting time.
I feel like that's everyone though. That's not just you.
Listen.
No, if you let people
Kendall's
mope
a
around
pro
it.
at it though. Kendall has a
Kendall's like, yeah, he will
professional
never
at
pull himself out kind of attitude.
Yeah.
it. But if he mopes, it becomes him.
You guys
Yeah.
weren't around. You guys weren't around in high school when I went through my first breakup.
Their only breakup?
My only breakup.
This fucking guy trying to make it sound dramatic.
All right, fine, whatever. My only breakup
Yeah,
ever.
Come on, Kendall.
Yes,
Whatever.
whatever.
Two pump
Your
shots.
only breakup that you caused?
Hey, it works though.
It,
It doesn't
it does work because I've only had two partners.
I
Anyway,
know. So.
when I
You know
went
what they call it?
when I went
What?
He's a two pump shot.
True.
when I went through my only breakup, right? You guys weren't there to witness how badly I crumbled.
Well, that was me in Arizona.
Right. Like people were like worried. They were like, Kendall, what are you doing? I was like, I'm sleeping in the hallway. Leave me alone. And they were like, Kendall, school ended 2 hours ago. You've been in the same spot for 2 hours. What's the fuck's going on? And I was like, no.
Yeah, I can relate.
And then Cassie and Addison showed up and they were like, all right, I know how to fix this. Here's a fucking pizza and 6 beers. Let's talk about it for a week and then move on. And now look at where I'm at. I'm like, wait, good.
Yeah, that was me in Arizona. But I didn't have anyone who pulled me out.
Right.
So I stayed in my room like a lot of the time. It went from this huge phase of me partying and hanging out with friends to like literally reclusing myself to my room. The only time I stepped out was to work. I just work and go home. And that was it. That was my routine.
Didn't even work.
I couldn't do it. I was like, I can't go out there. Like I am so defeated right now.
100%, right? That's how.
Yeah,
that's
I
what.
was so defeated.
It's
I was beaten.
Dude, it's like genuinely somebody pushes your off button.
Yep.
And you can't turn it back on. And you're
Mhm.
just like, sucks to suck right now. I'm gonna just please leave me alone. I'm gonna take a nap.
Well, even so, that was during the Ninja Warrior thing. That kind of like, it was weird. It gave me this euphoria high And then it even just dropped me even lower. And I was like,
because it wasn't sustainable.
well, it was just like I did what I was wanting to do,
But it didn't.
because I was not happy and I was not in the right mindset. Like
You couldn't enjoy it.
It was a lot.
I enjoyed it while I was in it, but it was so short lived that once I stepped back into my real reality, I was like, oh fuck, dude, I'm really fucked up right now. Like I am really hurting.
I mean, we've all had that. I don't know when yours was, but I know you had that.
Mine was like 2019.
I had
2019. Do I remember what happened?
No, because I don't think I really hung out with you guys after graduation.
Yeah.
It was like right after graduation through like the first month or two of the pandemic. Or like not after graduation, but like after summer graduation.
Gone through it twice.
Gone through it twice.
Well, the first one was Maddie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all remember that one.
I remember.
Y'all know that one.
Yeah.
The second one was Arizona, which was, I think, worse. So, I've gone through it twice, so I've learned the lesson twice, which was obviously meaning I didn't learn it the first time.
I
But
can't remember having one in like high school or anything.
Mine was, I think my only one was in high school because when I would have had a second one, y'all showed up.
yeah, that was the one thing Arizona did not provide.
Senior
me
year
was-
graduation.
I had no one to reach out
Y'all,
to.
they showed. I knew you didn't show up.
I wasn't there.
I know you didn't show up, but Steve was definitely with me throughout a lot of that.
Yeah, I had just gotten into that picture at
Yeah.
that time.
Steve
my
stuck
head,
through it. Steve and Charles. Honest, Steve, Charles, and Chris. I don't count Maddie and Nina because quite frankly they were not helpful.
They were side characters.
They were side characters.
Yeah.
But I respect them for being there.
They have plot armor.
But yeah.
What'd you say?
They have plot armor.